Hey, thank you so much for watching. You're joining my YouTube channel, and I'm super stoked because we're beginning a brand new series. Last month we did Shady People. This month we're doing Sketchy People. Sketchy people in the New Testament. You're like, really? Are there sketchy people? Absolutely. And I like this because the reality is there's sketchy people around all of us, and it's possible you might be sketchy, and I know from time to time I'm a little sketchy too. So you're like, well, what does that mean? Well, we're going to look at an interesting person today who was a sketchy person. His name is Zaccheus, or Zaccheus, depending on your Sunday school teacher's accent, if you went to Sunday school. But Zaccheus, I'll never forget. I grew up in Sunday school, and we always used to sing the song, Zaccheus was a wee little man was he. You're like, don't sing. I agree. I'm not going to sing. This is not about the music. However, the interesting thing on this wee little man, he maybe had short man's complex, but he was a tax collector. And he was not just like the Joe Schmo, he was the chief tax collector. And at this time in history, those were sketchy people. And nobody liked the tax collector. I mean, we're not real keen on the IRS, right? In America, we don't think they're super wonderful. Well, these guys were significantly worse. They were like bad news. They oftentimes had thugs that would beat people up to get taxes, and they would do all kinds of horrible things in the name of collecting taxes. So Zaccheus, the wee little man, was not like your poster child for upstanding citizen. He was very sketchy. And it's interesting because he was a wee little man. Here Jesus was in his vicinity, and because of the massive crowds, he tried to get it around and see Jesus, but because of his stature, he had to climb a tree to get an observation so he could see Jesus. And I love this because he's a sketchy dude, and people generally don't like him. He's socially, people are intimidated by him, probably angry with him, afraid of him. I mean, lots of feedback, and probably justifiable because of his behavior and the ways he treated people under the authority of law and government. So he climbs up in this tree to see Jesus, and I appreciate that Jesus talks to sketchy people. I like that. I like that Jesus talks to sketchy people, because if you're sketchy, sometimes I know I'm sketchy, I need Jesus to talk with me, even when I'm being sketchy, or even when I might be in a bad mood, or I might not be doing things, like 100% of this really good, or you might know people that have been making bad decisions. Jesus talks to sketchy people when we're making sketchy decisions. And so Jesus talks to Zaccheus up in the tree, and he's like, hey, dude, I see you up there. Why don't you come down? I'm going to come have lunch with you today. I mean, of all the people on the planet Jesus could have lunch with, he singled out Zaccheus, a wee little man up in the tree, to have lunch with him and conversation, dialogue, spend time. And I appreciate that Jesus engages and connects with us no matter how sketchy or non-sketchy we are. Jesus goes to Zaccheus' house. They have lunch, dinner together, spend a meal, time together. And at the end of it, Zaccheus says, you know what? I'm going to give back everything I've done wrong. Up to 4 times I'll pay back all the money that I've stolen. And you can see this transformation, this change from spending time with Jesus in the conversation. And I just encourage you that no matter what's happening in your life or people around you that might be behaving sketchy, let's give opportunity for conversation with Jesus. Let's spend some time with Jesus, because Jesus can turn the sketch into something very, very magnificent, something very beneficial and helpful to all of society. And if you know people that are sketchy and you're like, that's that person, they need a conversation with Jesus. Well, I just encourage you to pray for them. Pray that Jesus would intervene, step into that situation, end all the sketchy, and spend time with them, spend time in conversation, dialogue, and that person would have a true, genuine experience with Jesus. So thanks for watching. Totally appreciate you hanging out. I didn't say it at the beginning, but I just want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel. If you haven't put on the notifications, do that little bell right there, or the little thing, so that you can know when we do new episodes. And of course, I'd love to get your feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Love the comments, all the comments that I get. Fantastic. And of course, we have to finish with a joke, because seriously, these jokes, I know we all think they're fantastic. I say in tongue in cheek. So here's how this rolls. So did you know that French fries, they're not made in France? Like, why are they? They're not made in France, they're made in Greece. All right, next week will be a lot better. Thanks so much.